Hi, welcome back. And today I just wanted to talk to you about ways to get started and keep that creative juices flowing when you're trapped in your studio with bad weather. And the part of the country that I live in America, is very dark and gray and damp and rainy and cold and snowy for more than half the year. And so I can't get out into the garden to paint, and it's a lot of times I have to be inside. So I have little collections that I keep in my studio, and I also use a variety of resources like books and different vintage books that I have that help inform my work. And I wanted to talk to you about that today. But first, I just want to show you some of the little things that I just keep in the studio. So I have like little small pots, that if I really like the form of them, I will, keep little things like this. I don't want a whole bunch of giant pottery in my studio, but like I just love the look of this little jug, and I can make this as big or small as I want to in a painting. And I have other little things, as long as the shape of it draws me or attracts me. And I do have quite a collection of books, but the ones that I look for are usually ones about pattern, or I really like to include birds and butterflies, flowers and plant life, and vessels in my paintings. So those are the ones I kind of look around for when I'm in a thrift shop or a charity shop, because you can find them for not a lot of money normally. I don't like to spend a lot on these because I'm just using them as a reference. So I've been trying to pare down on some of my collections of books, and I've given away so many boxes and boxes of books recently. And I just want to show you some. This one, The Grammar of Ornament, is not one I've had very long, and I actually did buy this book new because it is just so beautiful, and it was recommended to me by another artist. But you can just see, I do love to include pattern in my work over the last few years especially. So when you can find a book that has so much beautiful pattern in it, you can just get inspired. And normally if I'm going to look through this, I'm not going to copy something directly, but I'll get an idea and create my own from it, and maybe, not even use the same colors. I do have other books that are similar to this. A book like this has a lot of text in it too. It will just tell you about it. I never really read all that much about it, but I like to look at the patterns. I include rugs, I like to include draperies, I like to include upholstered patterns on the upholstery in my rooms if I'm doing an interior. So I love referring to this. I recently found this beautiful book in a thrift shop, and I don't think I paid more than $2 for it, and it is absolutely chock full of gorgeous work, and it's called African Wax Print Textiles. It is the most beautiful book. I think one of the most beautiful books I've ever seen. It has page after page of just gorgeous, gorgeous images of pattern. So beautiful. And it's a feast for the eyes. Absolutely. So it's not only inspiring for pattern and design, but also, since a lot of it's printed, I really like to do printmaking, so it gives you ideas for that as well. It's really gorgeous. This book, because it's not very old, I would imagine you could probably still find this. Where a lot of my books are very, very old, this book is not very old. And I can't even imagine someone dumping this off at a, I think I probably got this at a Goodwill. And it's called African Wax Print Textiles by Anne Grossfilet. It is a beautiful book. The other thing I tend to have a lot of are these little field guides about wildflowers. They always have these just really lovely line drawings in them about just different flowers. And I don't tend to stay too true to them if I want to just quickly sketch a form from a pot that I might have on my table, but I just want to get something, you know, a bouquet of something stuck in there. I'll go very loosely. These are very, very old books. They also have these beautiful plates in them. I recently bought a set of these books at an estate sale, and they cost next to nothing. I think I bought a whole pile of things at this place for $20, and this one is from 1902, I believe. It's absolutely gorgeous. This one is this companion, and it's trees and shrubs. It has all these beautiful, beautiful pen and ink drawings in it with different trees, and just, you know, there are seed pods and cones, and it's just unbelievably beautiful book. And this is just gorgeous. These little pocket guides that people used to just, I remember these being in the store when I was a kid. This is from the 50s. These are also amazing. You can find them at tag sales and thrift shops and different places, church sales, rummage sales. We'll have these beautiful drawings of, you know, local wildflowers and plants. This is a wildflower book. And you can really get some nice ideas. Like, you could just fill up your little vessel with all these beautiful wildflowers. You have a reference. Here's someone has flattened a hickory leaf in my book. The original owner, probably. Just great stuff. I really like to include birds and butterflies in my paintings sometimes. And I just want a shape. You know, sometimes I'll you know, just take off a little bit on the original insect. And this is the Observer's Book of Butterflies. This is like a UK or British Isle book. And so the Observer's books are always, you know, what you would find in the UK. And they have some really nice illustrations. They're in color. They also give you the caterpillars and lots of great illustrations on every page. And just really nice. And they can really help you with the shape of these different butterflies. They can inform your color, but you can take off on that. You don't have to do them exactly as you see them in these books. I mean, it's your painting, you know. This is another one from England. This is a little newer, I think, and it has photographs and drawings, which is really nice. So I have quite a few of these, and then I have some really old field guides. This field guide was the companion to the other set. It came out of a very, very old Victorian house that was absolutely breathtaking. That was for sale. It was an estate sale. And this has beautiful plates. It has the musical notes that you could play on the piano of the birds' songs, which I think is really interesting. I've never seen that before. And just really beautiful plates and black and white drawings in this book. This field guide is American, and it's very old, and it's almost falling apart. It is falling apart, actually, but it has the most beautiful pictures in it. of birds, of, you know, birds, and it's so old that it has things that have gone extinct. I think it still has passenger pigeons in it and other birds that we no longer have. One of my favorite birds is missing. I think I'm missing one page out of this book, and it's the one with the Baltimore Oriole, which I was hoping it was just like misfiled in here, but it came to me in the condition it's in. A friend gave it to me like this, and yeah, it was just not here. But it's mostly intact. This is one of my very favorite bird books, Birds at Home. And it was given to someone named Mary Marjorie or Eli from Diablo, Texas in 1946 for Christmas. And her telephone number was 2-1639, which is hilarious. And here we have the most beautiful bird pictures and black and white drawings. And it's a children's book, but the pictures are priceless. They're so good. And she took really good care of it. The cover is a little messed up. I bought it in a thrift shop. It cost nothing. I literally bought there used to be a Goodwill outlet, which is not like a Goodwill. And everything, you buy everything by the pound, so this literally costs like 20 cents. It's just a precious, precious book. I have some, you know, many, many books like this. This is Birds of Jamaica. Just very inspiring. I often do birds as a warm-up painting in my sketchbooks because I think that you should warm up to paint just like you warm up to exercise. I just, you know, I really believe that painting is just like anything else. You need something to get into. So very often I'll do a bird as a warm-up and then I'll keep going from there. Another lovely bird book, British bird book. Beautiful plates, very old. This was a reissued book. And the saddest part of this book is that it was reissued in its entirety, and the woman who originally wrote it took very copious field notes, and almost every page says that the painting was done from a bird that was shot or a bird that was killed here or there, which they do not do anymore. Yeah, so that's kind of sad, but that's how they used to collect specimens. Here, from that same estate sale, I bought these really beautiful wildflower books, and just gorgeous plates again, page after page of these just really, this I think might be from the 20s. I'm not sure. Let's see if they give us a date. 1929, really beautiful. Very Art Nouveau and kind of feel to the drawings in here, but very beautiful. And it has 2 editions by the same gentleman. And these are all things that grow still where I live. We have a lot of these flowers that grow wild. These all, I've seen all of these. Okay. I also I'm always looking for these books on early art. This is a book about Greek art because I'm also a ceramist, and I really love pottery, but when I'm painting, I very often like to add vessels in. I love the forms in ancient pottery, and the Greeks, the Romans, and the Etruscans all had absolutely gorgeous pottery. And I'm just looking for form. I'm not really particularly looking for how they're decorated, although they're beautiful. And you can see that these, just the pottery forms themselves are gorgeous in these books. And, you know, there's just page after page of beautiful forms. The handles are so graceful. I mean, they really knew how to make pottery. I was able to buy in Provincetown, Mass, a couple years ago on vacation, a whole stack of these. They have a wonderful thrift shop in Provincetown if you ever get to visit there. And I got a whole stack of these Arts of Asia magazines. Now, I teach a lot of collage, and they're just like chock full of... This is the day after I did the majority of this work in this big sketchbook on this painting, and I'm just adding some final details. I added 3 flowers, 3 extra flowers, and just putting some finishing touches on. A little bit of blue foliage to go with the orange lilies, and I'm going to leave it right there.